Wait, what are you doing? Why are you doing that?
Throwing things around.
Hey guys, word. It is Jay, it is Courtney. We are back on the Bourbon Blend here.
We are back.
Is this in focus? Did you check the focus on
that? That was your job.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back. Our last show was early September of 2023.
It was when I was 49 years old.
Oh, it was right before your birthday.
It was.
So you're now 49.
I'm now in my 51st year.
It's very exciting.
Yes.
Welcome back to another show. We're going to do some different stuff today.
Yes, we are.
We're going to talk about some other stuff aside from bourbon.
Aside from bourbon.
We'll talk about some basketball. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about some bourbon, and we'll talk about some basketball and some bourbon.
Everybody's been dying to hear my take on basketball, so, here it comes.
I thought you know a lot about basketball.
I do know. I know a significant amount about basketball.
I'm going to ask a question here.
No.
We have literally dozens of people in the chat tonight. We have 24,000 actually already, which is amazing.
Gosh, that is crazy.
Raise your hand if your alma mater has won 48 straight games in basketball.
Actually, it's 49 now.
It's 49 now.
49.
Chris?
49.
No? Hands not raised.
Yes.
Transylvania University women's basketball.
That's right. That's right.
Which won the Division III title last year and still haven't lost. They went undefeated and won it last year, and they haven't lost this year. So
it's impressive work.
We're very proud. We're also joined by Cuz from across the street.
Hello, everyone.
Cuz, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
I know Cousin is going to be a little bit of he has an echo because your boy Jay hadn't figured out how to fix that yet. But we got a solution coming.
It's so close. It's this close.
Yeah.
I don't think he's stuck in a well anymore, though. He's climbing out of the well.
I know Maddie was stuck in a well once upon a time. We don't have Maddie here as much though because she's today was her first day of being like a nurse.
Ish.
She's
not a nurse yet.
She's doing clinicals in Mobile at the hospital there, the university hospital. And today was her.
She just texted me that she has a USA hospital email now. I was like, oh my gosh, that's weird.
So she did a 12-hour day today?
13.
13-hour day today?
Without a phone at all.
And Courtney was like, yes.
I love it.
Character building.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
Cuz has worked many a 13-hour day I have
Yes.
a while ago in my life, and then you do them frequently. So
today.
So anyway, it's glad to have her in the working frame of mind. But
that's right.
Yeah, Melee says sounds trans-perfect, Chris. So
I love it.
Perfect.
Yes.
Let's see. Only 16 straight for AU Taxman. Hey, there's a long way to go. I mean, I think they still got some wins ahead of them. Leif B in the house.
Hey, Leif.
One of our favorite, probably our favorite Rebel Grover. Now that Neil won't talk to me, although Neil texted me the other day.
Yeah,
it was nice to hear from Neil for the first time in 18 months or something like that.
That's okay. We're gonna move on from that.
Yeah,
we're not stuck in the past.
I don't talk about that in therapy. I don't know why'd you even bring up therapy?
Who goes to therapy?
Okay, so we've got a script here. I know there's going to be some folks that want to talk about Auburn right off the top, and I don't mind. We could just talk about Auburn a little bit because I said I would, and there's been a lot going on.
Talking about basketball, or are you just talking about football?
Since the last time we did our show, Auburn finished a football season.
They did.
Auburn generally sucked. They finished 6-7. Lost at home to New Mexico State in a game that was not close.
That was ugly.
Lost to Alabama on a 4th and goal from the 31, I believe it was, Chris. Is that right?
That's correct.
Chris is an Alabama graduate, but does not rub it in at all.
No.
You're just proud of your alma mater, but you don't talk shit, and I like that about you. Alabama won that game. Then Auburn went to the bowl game against the hated Maryland Terrapins.
And it still was a hot mess.
And they dropped a deuce. So, 6-7. Had a great recruiting effort. Finished in the top 10 nationally in recruiting for this class. And they may still get Ryan Williams, the talented wide receiver from
Down south near Mobile. Saraland?
Saraland. Indeed. Nicely
Damn,
done.
that was
Nicely
good.
done.
That was good.
Nicely done. So, and Ryan Williams would be yet another 5-star wide receiver. They have collected several.
That's impressive work.
He and Cam would be 5 stars. Perry Thompson is a high 4-star. And I happen to think Bryce Kane is a total badass, too. I know you love Bryce Kane as a slot guy. Like a better Hunter Renfrow.
Well, anything's better than Hunter Renfrow. So,
Wait a
I'm
minute.
not a fan.
He was an all-pro receiver.
Not this year.
Well, no.
Not last year.
2 years ago.
Okay.
3 years ago.
Three or four.
Whenever it was.
Yeah. But if you're continuing in it, you should get better at your job instead of worse.
Stephen W., you know him. We've been to his place out in number 1.
Yes, we have. Yes.
We're glad to have him here. And also, T-Roy Tiger says there's a prayer circle for Neil. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? Everybody loves Neil. Where's our laugh sound? Do we have a laugh sound?
You should have a laugh sound.
There it is. Oh, yeah. Good stuff, T-Roy Tiger. Actually, T-Roy ran into J-Dub at a game last weekend.
Hey.
They had met
done.
before, but they were in
Nice.
the beer line, which is exactly what you'd expect.
I am not shocked. I'm
That
not
is not
shocked.
surprising.
That is right. You'd expect Johnny to be.
Excellent. I love it. Does
We're also joined in the chat by a B. Haynes.
anybody know who that is?
She may be related to Cuz across the street.
Yeah.
That would be correct.
That's probably
Okay, that's
Becky
probably
from across
it.
the street. And Yvonne is in the house. We love Yvonne.
Hey, Yvonne.
We had dinner with Yvonne.
We did.
Well, Yvonne was the star, but we also had other
Of course,
people there,
yes.
including Brian and Brian.
It was all you other boys.
Yeah, we
but,
had our
I mean-
auburnsports.com staff meal,
With-
Christmas meal.
Yes, but it wasn't just that. I mean, you had the long-term ladies there of myself and Yvonne.
Correct.
Yes.
Both of you have been married to Auburn reporters for 30 years.
A long
At
time.
least.
Long
At least.
time.
Yvonne,
Very long time.
yeah. It's a challenge sometimes. I think Brian's nicer than I am, so maybe he's easier to live with. I don't know. I try to be better, though, you know.
Right.
Trying to be
I
better.
got you on that. If
Auburn.
Go ahead.
Please.
No, if we're going to talk football,
So Auburn went 6-7.
yes.
They shockingly said they're going to stick with the quarterback they had.
I know that I am very surprised at that.
Yeah?
I don't think he can find, what is it, the broadside of a barn? Is that the
With
phrase
bass-
in the South?
With a bass fiddle?
Whatever it is, but he can't find it. And I don't necessarily know that even if you have all these amazing other folks that can catch a ball, they've got to be able to have the ball within, grasp.
Yeah, grasp is good. I argued. I was on a show with McElroy and Cole Kubick the other day, and McElroy was trying to be nice. He goes, "I think they may have had the worst wideout room in the SEC." And I said, "You're being very nice because I thought it was the worst in the country." It was absolutely terrible. I'm not sure they had. I mean, outside of Rivaldo, the tight end, I'm not sure they had a SEC average receiver, honestly. So that's going to be changing now that they've
Yes.
signed this amazing class, and they may still get Ryan Williams. They've also added some guys out of the portal that'll be able to add some depth as well. So they're looking good there. Still got questions about the quarterback, though.
A lot of questions.
There was a hot rumor going around today that Auburn had gotten a commitment from the James Madison quarterback.
James Madison quarterback.
guy
What is
named,
this fellow's name?
Jordan McLeod.
That sounds like somebody that was a George
Mason.
Mason.
He is
Mason
not.
Madison.
He may be committed to Auburn in his own mind, but I don't think Auburn's offered him anything. So I don't really understand how that works out. I want to be nice to the kid or whatever, but he's been in the portal for 6 weeks, Chris.
Oh, well, I don't think that Auburn's really knocking on his door then.
No, they're not. He could be a walk-on. I mean, they may take him as a walk-on, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, interesting.
So that was the big hot thing today. Other things we want to talk about from the Auburn world.
Well, I mean, there's basketball to talk about.
Well, hold on. Let me get through football, Courtney.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're getting a little ahead of yourself
Well,
there.
because I prefer to talk about basketball.
I know Chris enjoyed to see this one happen. Auburn hired Derek Nix away from Ole Miss after 16 years at Ole Miss.
Wow.
And the reason Chris thought it was funny is because Lane Kiffin kept tweeting about how he kept tweeting video of Ole Miss beating Auburn last year. Mm-hmm. And he also had a picture of Derek Nix working at Ole Miss and saying, why does everybody say he's at Auburn? But guess what? He went to Auburn 3 days later.
So, isn't there something in the contract about play calling duties?
Yeah, he's got to be a play caller. And so they put that in their little release. Said, we congratulate Derek Nix on becoming a full-time play caller or whatever. Which
That's so lame.
it is just unbelievable, man.
That's so petty.
The pettiness
That
is
sounds
just
like high school.
off the charts.
I hurt for Lane on that one.
Yeah, everybody.
Tears me up.
Tears
you're
up, oh, yeah.
crying. He's so pissed he didn't get interviewed for the Alabama job. Is what he's mad. He's mad. And honestly, if he doesn't win huge this year, I mean, and maybe he can get Florida. Where's he going? He's a good coach. I'm not saying he sucks. He's great, but like, I think he's.
Somebody needs to take control of his
Twitter account.
social media.
It's funny though a lot of times, but
It's not funny when he has a child bride or potential child bride with him that can control his.
she's not a child bride, honey. That's not fair.
It's close.
She's like 25. He's only like 48 or 47, something like that.
Did you really just say that?
I'm trying to back him up because I think he's funny, all right? I didn't think the whole thing with Derek. Well, I actually did think it was
He's
funny.
not in a position where you get to be funny like that. Sorry.
Well, he's doing it.
Yeah.
This is
And
probably-
it's going to cost him not getting interviews at big time jobs.
This is probably why he hadn't been married for a while, also. No comment on that. Derek Nix was Ryan Williams' primary recruiter for Ole Miss.
Okay.
I don't think that Ryan Williams was going to go to Ole Miss, but he has a relationship with Derek Nix, and presumably a good one, because Derek Nix played college ball with the Saraland head coach.
Wow.
Auburn is still looking for a defensive coordinator. There has been some chatter lately about DJ Durkin, who I don't think you would be a fan of, being up for that job, and I think he is. He's also talking to Missouri, and I think there's another team he's been talking to as well.
If we're going to talk about defensive coordinators, we have to talk about what happened at Alabama.
Okay.
And who they have. I mean, I'm like,
Womack.
we were discussing this, and it's confusing to me why he would come be a defensive coordinator. There where
I'd be interested to see what Cuz thought about that, because Kane Womack, I thought, was doing a good job at South Alabama.
he's only there a hot minute,
And
too.
then he resigns to be the defensive coordinator at Alabama. To me, it's a weird move for me.
I'm excited. I think he's a great coach. His relationship, having worked with Kalen DeBoer at Indiana, I think has a lot to do with that. And I think he also saw in this past cycle that there weren't a lot of coaches from the Sun Belt that went to big-time schools.
Oh, word, okay.
That is true.
And so I think this is one of those in the current coaching environment with NIL and stuff like that, that he might have a little bit better shot at a top-tier job coming from an SEC job rather than something.
Word.
Okay, good
I mean,
point.
John
Valid
Summerall
point.
got the Tulane job. That's a big-ass job, huh?
That is total lateral move. Like, there's nothing that I don't
Well,
understand.
Tulane's a fun place to be living, right?
I understand that, but I don't know. That's just strange to me, too.
I didn't understand that one either, except I did find out later on that he had previously worked at Tulane, and so there was a relationship there, and that made a little bit more sense. But
I mean, maybe.
Well, I know a guy that previously worked at Service Merchandise. That doesn't mean he wants to go work there now. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out
Or
there.
somebody worked at the Montgomery Advertiser that doesn't want to go back there either.
Yeah, they don't even do the Advertiser at the Advertiser building anymore.
No, I know.
It's crazy to me.
It's a giant building downtown and nobody's in it.
Auburn yesterday signed Antonio Kite. He was a cornerback at Alabama. I think he was there 2 years from Anniston. And my belief, and a lot of people's belief, is that he can roll right in here and compete for a starting job right away. He had not played a lot on defense at Alabama. He had been a valuable special teams player. The idea was that he would challenge. He was one of the top 2 or 3 or 4 guys to challenge for a starting job this year at Alabama. We'll see how it goes. Auburn is probably more in. Well, as of 2 weeks ago, Auburn was more in need of talent at cornerback. Alabama's had a little trouble here. Had a lot of kids leave, and I don't know what to say about that. They kind of got hosed, but at the same time, I mean, shit happens. A-Day was announced today, April 6th, Courtney.
April 6th. Let me write this down because that
So
means
what that means is
we can't do anything on April 6th.
we're going to be doing a bunker event down in Orange Beach.
Not that day.
No, not that day, but the next Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Which I believe, if I'm counting up correctly, I'm not a math major.
6 plus 7
13?
today is going to be 13.
April 13th.
Okay.
So I think we're doing one down in Orange Beach. You'll be hearing more about it on the bunker because we had one. We had one last year, and it was pretty.
Something bite you?
I just kicked this thing.
Oh, okay.
My bad. We had a good one last year.
It was great.
Chip is the one that
Awesome.
hosts us down there. And we had Hornatius down there, number 19, number 20, Mobile alum.
Speaking of that, guess who delivered my pizza tonight?
No, are you
Yes.
serious? Number 20?
Yes, for work, I was having pizza for my staff for our staff meeting tonight, and all of a sudden I look up and there he was, and so I said, "You need to make sure that you know about joining us in Orange Beach," and he's very excited about it.
Hey, first pour of the night is Cuz is going to pull that sumbitch right
What
there.
you having, cuz? Tell us.
This is some Penelope toasted barrel syrup.
Penelope?
Oh, toasted.
You already had a little slug.
Well, I had a little slug
Don't
because
give
I
me
just
that.
got.
No. I'm not drinking Kentucky.
Here you go,
Bourbon.
Jay.
No, I'm not drinking that.
Good.
Not happening. I want that Peerless.
Okay.
Good
Okay. Oops.
golly.
There you go, sir. We can finish that.
Oh, we do need to finish that.
Yeah, that's why we need to finish that.
We do have a pain over here. Somebody made. Let me see. The Auburn Tigers. We'll talk about their basketball
Yes.
team here.
I didn't want to talk
Auburn's
about that.
15-2. They beat Vanderbilt last night by
Speaking of worse than
15-ish?
the SEC,
What about it?
that's Vanderbilt.
They're
Vanderbilt
bad.
and Missouri both suck.
Boy, Missouri's having a really hard go of it.
Well, I do want to talk about that a little bit, about
Oh yeah.
the Alabama game and the little confrontation that happened there.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
Nate Oates kind of
Yeah,
pushed that kid out of the. Well, he was in the wrong huddle. He was in the wrong huddle.
Hey, I understand that, but you can't put your hands on people. We teach this at KinderCare. We don't put our hands on other people. Like I said, we don't put our hands on other people.
That's only one hand, so it's not hands.
I didn't care for that, and I did not care that I didn't like that the SEC's like, "Don't do that again. That was naughty." I thought there should have been something else that was a little more forward than that, particularly in a society today where we have a really hard problem with people keeping their hands to themselves. So,
Do we have a big problem with that?
yes, we do.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes, we do.
There was a question here in the chat, Courtney, which
Yes.
I'm not following as closely as I should. War Eagle 0008 says, "Are these different rooms in El Casa del Tate?" Sweet
You
pad,
could say
yeah.
that. It is.
It
This
is
is El Casa de Tate.
It is an El Casa del Tate. This is where Mama Tate lived.
I'm at
lived.
my mom's house.
Yeah, I'm at my mom's house.
I'm at my mom's house.
She hasn't lived here for 15 months, and it's this big ass 5-bedroom, 4-bath.
Yes.
Not that we're trying to sell it, but
Not yet.
5-bedroom house, big ass house. It's right on the water. I wouldn't call it a lake, but I'd call it a body of water,
Yeah.
a pond, a big pond.
It's a pond.
And yeah, it wasn't being used, and we thought, fuck it, we'll just do our show from there.
Yeah.
So we're upstairs in my mom's house.
We're not in the basement. That's good. Pass your glass over here. Got
Which
just
one?
a little bit left.
Oh, we're gonna kill that.
Yeah, of course we are.
Gone. Let's see, Cassidy P.
Get every drop.
Looks like he's trying to implicate Alabama. He says Latrell Sprewell, Brandon Miller, Nate Oates seems like a pattern. I don't know about that just yet. Don't put me in the comfortable position of defending Alabama. But I don't think Nate Oates is quite on that level. Yeah, so let's talk about the Auburn Tigers. 15-2 after the win
Yes.
last night against Vanderbilt, at Vanderbilt, in the ice. They weren't playing on ice, but there was ice around them. A 15-point win. BP was disgusted after that game. He was hopping mad because he felt like his guys fouled way too much in the second half and let them stay in the game because they kept shooting free throws. Of course,
You know how I feel about free throws, though.
You got to hit them.
That if I was a coach, that's the thing that would send me into cardiac arrest. Is you standing there with nobody messing with you and you can't hit the bucket. Like, I just did not understand that. That always blows my mind.
Says a field hockey player.
Listen. You can stand in
Listen, Linda.
you can stand on the floor and shoot balls all day long into a bucket.
Let's see, War
See if you get better.
0008 says, sounds like the administrative assistant has said that before. My wife is a kindergarten teacher. Heard that voice before.
You need to keep your hands to
Courtney's
yourself.
been working with young children her whole life,
Yes.
so, and that includes me.
That's Jay, yeah.
All right, so Auburn is now 4-0 league play. The MVP, in my opinion, is Janai Broom. He's one of the most prolific players in the country, honestly. You could also make an argument that Jalen Williams, he has been crazy these last 6, 7, 8 games.
Well,
He was great last night,
you know
too.
who he needs to go play for,
He needs to play for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
so they can have a
So they can
trifecta of
They can
Williams.
have Jalen Williams, Jaden Williams, and Jalen Williams. When you watch the Thunder, you got to know who J-Dub and J-Will are, because that's two different people.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm a big fan of them picking up Jalen. That'd be great. The MIP, the most improved player, has got to be Dylan Cardwell, a guy who we kept thinking would click eventually, and now he's the backup behind Janai, but he plays a lot of minutes, and man, he had a great game last night, had a career high with 12 points. Runs great in transition. He's a rim runner. He had a huge jam, had another half jam where he lost the ball, but it went in anyway. And he's so positive. He loves cheering on the kids. It's for the kids, Courtney.
So I see that you've indicated that you think they're going to be in the Final Four.
That is not what I said. I said the ceiling for this team is the Final Four. The floor is the NCAA round of 32, like they flamed out against Clemson.
Okay. So you don't think they can go further than the Final Four?
Once you get to the Final Four, you've pretty much done what you got to do.
Pretty much.
That's when you get the hot chick in the bed. You say, my goal tonight is to get her in the bed, and whatever happens after that is gravy.
Not so much.
I'm speaking from experience. It doesn't have to be your experience.
Winning a national championship
Would be wonderful.
is a little bit more exciting than just the Final Four.
But as badly as Auburn got fucked in the Final Four in 2019,
That is true, they did. I
there
agree
is some
with you there.
fuckitude that goes down, and you got to be ready for that.
Would you say
Fuckitude.
fuckitude?
So, good things about this team. They have incredible depth. They have 10 really good players. Their 11th player is solid. And then they actually have a 12th player who's he doesn't play as much. But that's 12 guys. You only need 5 at a time. So they really have this whole thing where like they start out a game, they play their 5, and then they switch to the next 5. And then from there, BP and Burgo and Ira kind of mix and match based on who's hot that night. Depth is amazing, as good as I've ever seen it at Auburn. They're great in transition. Their point guard play has been really good. All their guys can run. They got some rim runners, make great decisions in transition. So I really like that about them. And their free throw percentage, I know you're going to like that.
I know.
They are, BP's teams have not been great free throw shooting teams. But, man, this one is. I think the last 8 games, they've been above 80%.
That's impressive.
In each of those games. And last night, I think they were 17 of 21 or something like that, or 19 of 24. I don't know.
Take that.
They've been hitting their free throws now. It makes a big difference. Bad is the defense without fouling. Auburn commits too many fouls. The bunker thinks that's because all the calls are bullshit, but BP doesn't think that, and he gets frustrated as hell with their. It's not really that their defense sucks. Their defense is actually pretty good. It's just the fouling. They give them too many fouls. And then their three-point shooting is better than last year. It was dog shit. This year it's like okay. Should be better because Denver Jones, as you thought Denver was going to be a big-time three-point shooter coming in from FIU. Just hadn't had the confidence, man.
Nope.
He takes the shots, he just doesn't hit them. We used to joke with Jeff Shepard back in the day. He was a shooting guard, not a making guard. And now I kept telling Courtney, his son plays for Kentucky, starts for Kentucky.
Yes. Well, he has his mama skills.
He does. Stacey Reed was a hell of a player at UK. That was one of the first people I interviewed when I was at UK. Was Jeff Shepard, or Reed Shepard's mom. Jeff Shepard's girlfriend at the time.
They kept calling him a basketball savant.
Savant.
And I was just like, can we just drop that?
Yeah,
like
let's
they
not
said
do
it like
that.
3 times during the last game. I was like, come on, guys. Come on.
This is like whenever you're watching an Auburn basketball game on ESPN, it's like you get this little bingo card. It's like, let's talk about, BP's from Boston. Trey Donaldson used to play football. Leor Berman likes to make guitars and play guitars. Like, it's the same shit all the time.
How loud this little arena is, but these fans are crazy.
Oh, the jungle's going wild tonight. And Chad Baker-Mazar is from the Dominican Republic, and he taunts opponents in Spanish. I mean, these are like the same shit. Bo Nix, I don't know if you guys know this, his dad played at Auburn.
Are you kidding me?
I swear, it's
No.
Patrick Nix.
You're breaking news here.
I know. Where's the ticker? Tick, 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 tick.
He showed up at an Auburn basketball game last week.
I heard that.
Yeah, and he didn't get booed that much.
Not much.
I thought they would have lustily booed his ass.
I love it.
Okay, so I think their three-point shooting can get better. And, I mean, I think their defense can too, or specifically the lack of fouling on defense. But it's a good team, man. This is a very good team. I think Ken Palm has them at 4 right now. Courtney, you made a case for them to be number 3, and I thought that was a very good idea. You think they're better than Arizona. And, I mean, Arizona's pretty good too.
No, I don't, but that's okay.
All right, good. Good talk, Courtney. So Final Four for me again. Once you get her in bed, it's up to you to finish that job. But getting her in bed is the hard part. So I think Final Four is the ceiling.
Okay.
To me, the floor is around a 32.
So in other words, once you get her in bed, you're not concerned about your performance in the Final Four?
No, I am, but at that point, it's largely based on some stuff that's outside of my control.
No. I disagree.
I don't want to get into the weeds on this right now on the air because YouTube will ban us. But I'd be happy to tell you.
In the secret chamber. No.
I'll tell you. Come here.
No. Quiet time. Anyway, moving along. What is
she's on the rag? I can't control that. And you don't put that on your head on a date.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the bourbon we're going to talk about today, Jay.
Oh, yeah, the bourbon. Wait, we're just talking about Auburn basketball.
I know, but you were saying that once you get them into bed, it doesn't matter.
It matters. I'm just saying a lot of times there's other issues at play.
Look how pretty that is. You made that so pretty.
Excuse me. These are the SEC standings as of this minute. Mm-hmm. The Auburn Tigers, 4-0 in league play, have won 10 in a row. Mm-hmm. Not too shabby. And then Alabama, I actually talked to you about Alabama like 2 weeks ago. You go, what's going on with Alabama? And they were shitty at the time. I go, they have a lot of good players. They just need to get their shit together, and they're starting to look like they've got their shit together now, 4-0 in league play. So.
Well, coming from Kentucky, that sounds very familiar. A lot of good players that need to get their shit together.
That is definitely a story of Kentucky the last 10 years, that's for sure. Auburn is going to be playing at the airline hangar Tuesday or Wednesday night. Auburn's got Ole Miss this weekend, and then they're at Alabama midweek. I just don't know what day of the week that is. Kentucky Wildcats, Tennessee Vols, we all hate. Georgia, we all hate. LSU, we all hate. Ole Miss, Al Flanagan plays for them. We like Al. And his dad's over there, former Auburn assistant, Auburn graduate. South Carolina, we hate him. Mississippi State, we like Scott Padgett.
Yeah, that's true.
Florida, we like Todd Golden. Texas A&M, we hate him. Arkansas, we really hate them. Missouri.
Struggling. They're on the struggle bus.
They've got ED for sure. And then Vanderbilt's got all kinds of problems. They're just not very good.
Yeah.
Just be honest with you.
It's disappointing because you can usually plan on Vanderbilt being at least decent in basketball. I know they're not going to in football, so you might as well hope that they can be a basketball school. But that arena is weird.
It is
weird.
They
have that raised floor.
It is weird. They let the coaches walk down the sides now, though.
Oh, really?
That, yes. They don't let everybody else, just the head coach.
Yeah. Well, it's weird when you see it on TV because all you see is people's heads. It's like, that's weird.
Let's see what else we got. Runner 24 is checking in from the East Coast. We love him. Appreciate you being here, brother. And War Eagle 0008 says Nate Oates has to be a top candidate for Louisville. I think he'd be a great fit at University of Louisville.
Oh, my goodness. Louisville?
It's going to be a lot of work, though, because Louisville absolutely
sucks. They got a
sucks.
lot of work to do there.
Louisville's terrible.
They're awful.
Not trying to hurt
It's
your
Jay's
feelings,
favorite
though.
team.
I was going to say, I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings,
It's
Courtney.
Jay's favorite team, so
Courtney,
he's really taking it personally.
Raise your hand if you grew up a Louisville fan.
Raise your hand if your mommy and your daddy met at University of Louisville.
Yeah, that happened.
Raise your hand if you were born to a University of Louisville graduate.
Hey, moving on. AU Taxman says Bama is a great three-point shooting team, and Auburn doesn't defend the three well. Why are you bringing up bad juju like that, brother?
Quiet.
Why are you doing this?
Quiet in the seats.
Yes. Quiet. So I guess that's kind of where I was talking about with Auburn. Was there stuff was there anything else on this script I was given?
I came here for the brown water, so.
Oh, DJ Durkin had a player die when he was the coach at Maryland in conditioning.
Okay.
And then, I want to talk to you about this. So Auburn's talking about him for DC. And he was exonerated in that, but he came back and addressed his team, and they basically threatened to quit the team, and then they had to fire him the next day.
Oh, wow.
Like the team revolted. And so there's some people that say DJ Durkin's a bad hombre.
Because I heard from somebody very wise who said that sometimes, everybody has tell me the quote.
So there are a lot of good people who are in prison for one bad day.
There you
One
go.
bad day is all it takes, cuz. It's got to be a pretty damn bad day, though. But
yeah, it could be a really crappy day, but anyway, I think that's very true.
I got arrested one
Very true.
time.
So proud.
Well, it was like a technical arrest.
You weren't actually arrested.
Well, I have my rights
They
read
just,
to me.
they just told you that
They were just trying to scare me. That was a long time ago. That was like 3 weeks ago. Guys, no, seriously, it was like 30 years ago. I didn't even. No,
40 years ago.
It's 40 years ago.
Yeah,
Am
you're
I
that old. Yes, you're that old. That's exactly what I said.
I couldn't have been 40. I was 12 at that time, so it was a little
Anyway.
Let's see. Cassidy P says Louisville's just a head coach and the starting 5 away from making some noise.
I like that. That's true.
Poor Louisville. Don't we have a sound for Louisville?
Wow, wow.
Oh, I don't know where it is.
You should just code it as Louisville on there.
Yeah. Here it is. I got TPI on. So sad.
So sad. Wow.
Hey, there was a random Twitter comment the other day that said, talk about the most random friend that you have. And I said, me and Johnny met this guy at a bar like 6 years ago. We asked him if he likes to lay pipe. He said, fuck yeah, I do. And now he's still our friend. It's Pipe Layer. Pipe Layer
So
Nick.
proud.
He still goes on our trips with us. Chris knows Pipe. Chris has partied with Pipe a number of times.
Partied with pipe.
You ever gone shot for shot with him before?
I don't remember it.
The answer is yes. I was there.
I know, yeah.
Him
It's
and
easy to go shot for
his
shot.
good friend Jordan, we call him Tuna Can because he says his dick looks like a tuna can, short and wide.
I do need to know in the
I
chat.
would not have told anybody that, but that's fine.
I do need to know in the chat if anybody is drinking brown water and what they are drinking tonight. Because that's a very important question.
And we assume you're of drinking age. We always want everybody to drink responsibly.
Of course.
Hey, where'd the Peerless
And we
go?
just finished the Peerless bottle that we had here. Just regular small batch Peerless. Delicious. Great, easy drinker. Honestly, to me, I think it's a little too much money for this.
Well, yeah, that's about $80 to $90.
Like I said, I think it's a little too much money for this.
Yeah.
But it is good. It's very good. It's very good. So anyway, that's what we just are finishing off right now. What are y'all having?
Finish her off.
It's important.
You're gonna
It's
finish
important
her
to know the
off.
brown water.
Finish her off.
But you also, not only do you have to have brown water, but you have to have clear water and make sure you hydrate.
I've been digging these Body Armor Flash IVs. You know, I like BioLite too, but they're getting prohibitively expensive. These are 50 cents to 75 cents less. And this one kind of tastes
But
like
Jay
ass.
said it tastes like ass.
I don't
so
like this grape one, but they have an orange one and a yellow one, and they're good. This one's not great.
I'm going to up your allowance to another $1 so that way you can get the one that you actually like.
Actually, this is actually tasting better to me now. Tasting better. War Eagle 0008 says Elijah Craig.
Yes, that's good.
Solid choice.
Ooh, will it? 6-year?
6-year.
132 proof. You
That is-
are, don't drink a lot.
I wonder if that counts
Hydrate.
as hazmat. Would that be hazmat? Anything
Hydrate.
Boy, anything over 130 to me is
That's close to
hot.
white lightning.
Colleen's in the house. Says we had some gross margaritas for dinner.
Oh,
Bodies need a break with some water now.
oh yeah. Gross margaritas suck. They really do. Like if you get a bad margarita, they're ugh. Or it can be way too sweet too. I can't do that.
I don't think our daughter's ever met a margarita she didn't like though. She will pound the shit out of those.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh, my stomach hurts." I'm like,
Wonder
"I wonder why."
Let's see what else we got. Brad says Maker's Mark. Jay hates it. I like Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark's okay.
I got a Maker's Mark back here.
Maker's Mark's okay. It's fine.
No, it's good.
I don't like regular Maker's Mark.
Drona 24 says just a dry Irish nitro stout. That doesn't sound like my kind of shit there. I don't know what it is though. A nitro stout. Moccasin Bayou Tiger says Weller 12, which is tasty.
Yeah, that is tasty.
That is a black label Weller, I believe, Chris. It is correct. Brandon H says Barrel Batch 25, which I have heard on our Bourbon is a
Interesting.
good one. Me and Cousin have not. I don't think we've had that.
I don't think I've
particular
had that
one.
either.
We got a hold of some good
Guess
shit.
that means
from
we
Barrel
just have to
last
come
time,
visit
but
you.
I forgot what it was. Let's see what else. Melee says Botanist Gin and a Dirty Martini. We got some classy gins
We got
up
some
in here.
fancy folk up in here.
Becky from across the street says Larceny and Knob Creek.
And
Is she drinking that
Knob
right
Creek.
now?
She got the airplane bottles. What you got, girl?
She got airplane bottles. That would make perfect sense.
She took the sampler with her.
Oh, okay. I like it. That's good though. I
smart.
like that. That's a smart idea.
Smart. Savvy.
Savvy.
Let's see. Roto24 says Lawson's Finest Brewery because Cassidy P was asking about the Irish Stout earlier. No Aviator Gin fans, I guess. Courtney's a fan because she likes Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I'm a fan of well, he sold it though, didn't he?
No, I think he still has the Aviation Gin. He sold that Mint Mobile steak for $900 million.
He's really hurting for money these days. It's really sad.
He does a hell of a job. I do like Rob better. If you guys watch Welcome to Wrexham, and you should.
Did you see how many Emmys they won?
How many really?
5. They won
Dude,
5 Emmys.
The Last of Us only won like 6, and that's
They won
way
5
better.
Emmys, and then he said, "Sorry guys, from Almost Always Sunny."
Oh, because yeah.
He's like, "Maybe we'll get some next time."
Excuse me. All right, I'm gonna start coughing. Hold on. I still got that cough I've been having.
Drink
for
some
like a month.
water.
Sorry, guys. All right, now then. When the last time we saw you guys, we were in the middle of our $35 Duke It Out
Yep.
bottom shelf throwdown, and we didn't finish it. We had gone through 9 of them. We were going to have the last 3 have a duel. We did not calculate the.
So here's the thing. I
Wait.
kept looking for this list.
Where'd you think it was?
Well,
Right where we
I
did
thought
it?
I had it in my purse or at the house or something, but here's the list. So we will be calculating, and then next week we will bring that sucker back up.
We will definitely hit the bottom.
Yes,
knock
hit the bottom of the bottom
I'll
shelf.
say knock the bottom out of the bottom shelf. But our nominees were Four Roses Yellow Label, Old Granddad 114, which is kind of cheating, Ezra Williams Single Barrel, Mellow Corn, Jim Beam Black Extra Aged, Ezra Brooks 99, Old Forester 100, Early Times BIB, and Kentucky
Gentlemen.
Kentucky Shittleman is what they would call it. It is ass.
It is Bud.
What, they have a name for it. Let me see that bottle. They don't even call it bourbon or anything. It's just like
No,
Similarly-
but hey, this is not a plastic bottle, though. I will tell you.
bourbon whiskey with natural flavors. That makes you know that it. I think it was an $8 bottle. Swear to God.
Listen,
It's not even.
don't be hating on it.
No, you can put that in your car and drive on that shit. I'm telling you, it's awful. So we will do the top 3, whatever they may be.
Top 3 of the bottom shelf,
So we're trying to look for the prettiest girl in the ugly sorority.
Exactly.
Here, yeah. Okay. So who's the prettiest?
or the best taste with the lowest budget.
Who's the prettiest FIMU?
Anyway, let's
Who
move
is
right
it?
along.
You know who it is.
I'm not talking names. Move along.
Were you gonna say Amber Smith?
Move along.
Okay. In other news, Courtney is very excited about this. I made a whole thing for this.
I am very excited about this.
Old Forester recently announced that they are going to.
I don't need you to talk about this.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I like Old Forester. Okay, if there's a distillery I want to go to, if there's a distillery that I want to, if somebody's like, what should I drink? I'm almost always, that was not me. That was not me.
What happened?
Anyway, do you feel better?
Seat.
Do you feel better?
These are the seats
Did
that
you
you
get it
bought.
all out?
Those are the seats that you bought.
This is what we tell the 2-year-olds when they're potty training. Are you finished? Is it all done?
It was your seat.
Can you please flush and
your
wash your
seat.
hands?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I love Old Forester. They have a great Whiskey Row series, which has, I think this is the 5th in the Whiskey Row series. This guy who's new, he is a 10-year, as it says right there on it.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm saying yeah. Read it. Go for it. It's pretty. It's got the purple.
Jay's going to take this for me.
No, you're good.
Anyway, moving right along.
I thought you told me you wanted me to make you a thing, and so I made it.
I said I want a picture of it.
Well, it has a picture of it. Anyway, one thing I wanted to know was that.
Please tell us. We're waiting for your input.
So this is a new mash bill for Old Forester. Which
I know. You know why?
No.
Why don't you tell them why, Jay?
I don't know why.
Okay, well, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Okay.
This is going great, guys.
Jay in his mouth.
I hope Rebecca's watching. And I mean, Rebecca, my therapist.
Ding, ding, ding. Go to your corners.
Hey. Okay, so anyway, back in Prohibition, right? What happened during Prohibition, Jay? What happened for Old
things.
Forester?
Well, they stayed alive.
They did. They stayed
stayed
alive.
open.
They were one of 6 permits that they got issued from the government to stay alive, and they could sell any bourbon that had already been in barrels. Okay. They couldn't make anything. They had to sell what was in barrels. Well, guess what? When they started selling this medicine, they ran out of their own stuff.
Oh, no.
So they had to go to other distillers and say, hey, I know you all can't sell. Can we take your shit and sell it? So they took their shit and sold it. So that's obviously where they got the new mash bill from, because those were other distillers.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
that's interesting.
So that's how. I thought I'd share that little bit of history for you, Jay.
That's great, Courtney. I didn't know that story.
Yeah, very
The
interesting.
typical Old Forester mash bill is 72% corn, I think, or 71% corn, so like 18% rye. This is going to be probably a little
sweet.
sweeter. I thought the early reviews on our bourbon said it tasted like graham crackers, which I don't.
Ooh, I think I'd like that.
Well, I do like graham crackers, but.
I do wish it was a little higher proof.
Well, yeah, 100. It's
Yeah.
watered down a little bit. So that retail at 110, I've seen on secondary already, but it wasn't super high. It was like 130, 135.
Well, we're going to have one of those to add to our collection. If I was going to drink something on a Friday night, let's say, I don't know, at the tipping point, I always go to a Whiskey Row series of Old Forester, the Prohibition style.
Oof.
It's a little hotter it's the hottest of the line. It's, I think, 115.
No, I think it's higher than that, cousin.
I can't remember. I think it's 115.
Prohib style?
I think it's 115.
It might be.
That's in the ballpark.
Okay.
Anyway.
115, 120, somewhere around there.
It's delicious. It is a very delicious pour. I enjoy that. If I'm going to just have a regular drink where I don't want to get lit very quickly, then I'll go with the other Whiskey Row favorite of Old Fine Whiskey.
Speaking of Old Fine Whiskey, which
Please
we
tell
love,
me, Jay.
which we absolutely adore, we got our hands. I need to go over to the main for this. We got our hands on this little bastard. This is the Old Forester 117 series, and this is called the Extra Extra Old. So this is 1910 Old Fine Whiskey that they put into a heavily charred barrel for another 24 months. This is the oakiest shit you could ever drink. I swear. It's like drinking coffee grounds if you liked coffee grounds. I thought this was going to be the greatest thing I ever drank, and it wasn't.
I was
too
surprised. I
oaky.
thought I was going to like it more, but it was too.
It was too oaky.
It was too, oaky, I guess is the right
We
word.
also got our paws, our mitts on this 117 series. I know you guys can't read that because it's out of focus. I'm sorry. But this is Bottled and Bond. This is a 9-year Bottled and Bond Old Forester. They very rarely put age statements on any of their shit unless it's King of Kentucky or President's or birthday. But this one, 9 years. And I have not opened it yet. We have not opened it yet. And when we do, we ought to do that on the show.
Well, we could do it.
No, we can't do it right
Okay.
now. We can't
I'm
do
sorry,
it right
we
now.
can't do
Couldn't
that right
possibly
now.
do it right now.
I can do it right now. Well, I'm out of bourbon, so
Well, I know what that means. Courtney,
drink
why don't you
something
show them
else.
what you got for Christmas?
look at
Santa
this, guys.
stopped by Bardstown.
Santa brought me this little beauty. Look at her. Isn't she gorgeous? Ooh.
That is a Willett Family Estate 10-year bourbon.
Oh, y'all, it is so delicious.
So the reason we like this bourbon, because we generally don't like Willett stuff, me, Courtney,
I do.
Cuzzo, and Rebecca H., we drank this at Beach Liquors. Is that right, Cuz? Was it Beach Liquors?
That's correct.
And it changed Courtney's life. I mean,
Yes, not this particular one. This is 10-year, you said.
Yeah, it was a
The one-
6-year.
It was a 6-year one. Somebody said they were drinking, well,
somebody
6
had-
years. Didn't they?
Oh yeah, it was Cassidy
Somebody
P.
said-
said he
yeah.
was drinking one. I think he was drinking a green one.
Delicious. So yes, that changed my view on Willett, and this little beauty right here, she is tasty. You need a little hit, cuz?
Let's see. You've got some fans in the chat here. Warrigal 0008 says administrative assistant is correct on the proof of the 1920 at 115. Great pour, cherry forward, as Cuz likes to say. Old Forester always tastes very cherry-ish.
That's probably why I like it.
Yes. I get a lot of cherry on Forester stuff. That's kind of why I like their oak, the double oak stuff that they do, because it lessens that cherry for me. I'm not a big cough syrup cherry.
Hey.
Oh, it doesn't taste like cough syrup.
He's just having fun.
He tried to start a fight up in here.
So Cuz over there drinking that toasted Penelope.
It smells so good. Oh my gosh, it smells like maple syrup.
Doesn't smell like regret.
No, it does not smell like regret.
Oh God, just an overwhelming nose. So good.
That is tasty. Oh
Boy,
my
I do.
gosh.
It's definitely got maple.
It is so good.
It's got maple syrup on the nose. there. For show.
Okay, so what's the proof on this? I forgot because
It's
it
a
does
hot one.
not taste that way at all. It tastes
127 proof.
127. It does not taste anything
Let's
like
put a cap
that.
on that motherfucker in case it falls
Why?
off.
Oh, I would cry.
Our friend Justin O, who is he works at the cigar bar, or runs the cigar bar downtown. He's got a box of these sumbitches that are called Hazmat, 142 proof.
That sounds horrible.
I mean, seriously.
I mean,
That really takes a special person.
I almost want to try it just to say I did and say I lived through it.
That would put some hair on your chest.
Yes, exactly what I need. No, not yet. I haven't had it.
Let's see if you had any.
Not yet.
Moccasin Bayou Tigers has got a bottle of New Riff single barrel recently from a subcontractor. 110 proof. Has anyone had it before? Haven't cracked it open yet. Cuz, have you got New Riff over there? What is it? Cuz got a New Riff right now.
Yes.
What kind is that?
This was a single barrel from Beach Liquors.
What's the proof on that bad boy?
It is 109.9.
That's right. I bet you that's what Moccasin Bay is drinking right now.
Yes.
Moccasin
Dang.
Bayou, excuse me.
Very good stuff. I enjoy it.
Well, we will have to go back and visit Beach Liquors in just a few weeks.
Hey now.
Absolutely.
Melee
Yes.
says he found a J.W. Dant bottled in bond recently. Very good value bottle. J.W.
I've never
Dant.
heard of that.
That's usually kind of a lower end one, but I've seen on our bourbon a lot of people saying that particular one is pretty damn good. So maybe we'll get a hold of that next time we're in Kentucky.
I like that idea.
T-Roy Tigers in the house too, saying what's up to Moccasin
up?
Bayou. I'm glad to hear that we have a lot of people drinking that good bourbon. I like that.
Yes.
Smart bourbon. Smart bourbon.
Yes.
This is not smart bourbon. Will, it's not.
No,
It's a little expensive.
it is expensive.
When Santa doesn't.
But
bring it.
it's I mean, it was a wonderful bottle to get. And y'all, he was very tricky. He had Maddie wrap it, and it was wrapped as the bottle, like just wrapping paper over it. So I knew what I was getting.
I was inspired by Between Two Ferns when
Funny.
Zach gave Brad Pitt a bong.
The bassoon.
And he wrapped it, and it was just obviously a bong, and he goes, it's a bassoon. And Brad Pitt goes, we don't bassoon in our house anymore.
Since the kids.
Chris H., who you may know him as Chris
I don't know,
from
who
Customer
dat?
across the street, says he enjoys the new riff as he's over here chugging it. He loves it. Well, he didn't go like lips to bottle or anything. But he's enjoying that. Okay, next things next. I talked about our extra old fine whiskey and our bottled in bond. And I guess that means I need to go on to pictures. It's show and tell time. We got pictures of
Well,
things.
we also didn't talk about Saban retiring. That's a little newsworthy, in the state of Alabama.
We've already talked about Alabama.
I did see a good meme, though, that said that Alabama did freeze over when Saban retired because every place was frozen.
I know. And
That was pretty good. I like that.
I don't want to talk shit about it being cold down here because Colleen and Joshua are having to deal with some real
That's
cold
real
weather
cold,
there,
but
hey, you're choosing to live in Illinois. I mean, that's your choice.
But when it's 17 degrees in Montgomery, Alabama, that is newsworthy.
We don't own a snowplow. So
No.
if there's any snow on the ground, we are fucked.
Yep.
And everybody freaks out.
I did get a 60-pound bag of ice melt today at my center.
Hey.
Delivered, and the FedEx guy was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's a little heavy. Bring it on in here. I'm not moving it."
They had to import it in for you.
I know, right? Exactly.
From Iceland. I did want to say one thing about Saban, though. I interviewed him 3 times in Sandestin. Always introduced myself as an Auburn reporter. And he was great, man. I enjoyed talking to him. And, Auburn people, well, on the bunker, I should say, not Auburn people, routinely rag on him. But he was always cool to me, man.
Nobody can say he wasn't a gentleman. He was always a gentleman
He
and
was
always
to me.
respectful and
He stood on business.
always respectful also of his wife, which you don't always see that in somebody that makes that kind of money in college football. They're not always the best family men, we'll say.
So, yeah. I would just want to say that. He was always really good to me, and I appreciated talking to him. All right, show and tell time.
Show and tell.
Time for some photos.
Photos. Look at
This
that.
is from when me and Courtney and Cuz and Becky went to the beach back. This is probably
Sandestin.
in October, maybe? Yeah, in Sandestin. We ran across this heavenly batch of Buffalo Trace. We have a hard time finding Buffalo Trace up in Alabama, but they do not have that problem in the Florida Panhandle.
Yes.
Literally case upon case upon case of Buffalo Trace, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was worth taking a picture of.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that there was a lady that walked in that was from out of town and asked if they had Buffalo Trace, and the guy kind of looked at her weird and says, we got like pallets of it over there. And she goes, do you think it'll still be here when I come back later? And I'm like, there's probably 100 bottles.
I know, right? I hope so.
Yes, that's
But
a
they
lot of
could have
Buffalo
been
Trace.
deceiving us. You know, those boxes underneath could have been
They
empty.
could've been- Yeah, they could have been empty.
Yeah.
Or it could have been some Kentucky Shittleman or whatever.
True.
Also, a little cameo of Becky right there. We got
We got a cameo.
Becky's bag and right
her
elbow.
bag.
Sorry, Becky. Here's a picture of me and Madison, our daughter,
Yes.
getting her white coat at South Alabama.
Yes.
I
Very
didn't really
proud.
understand what it meant, but I knew it was a big deal.
It just
to them.
means that now that they can legally go in and do clinical, she's not a nurse yet. She's still got a bit to go for sure. She's got a year and a
Ish.
half.
Years.
Yeah, year and a half next May.
But we're very
But
proud of Maddie.
I am very proud of her accomplishments thus far.
All right, the next slide is going to be my Spotify top 5 artists of the year. Would you like to guess what they are, Courtney?
I know Chromeo's going to be on it.
Chromeo, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Not
and
Steel Panthers.
Prince has got to be on it.
Of course. Here's my Spotify list from the year.
Oh, look at that nerd.
I'm surprised.
Nerd.
I listen to a lot of Steel Panther too, so I'm surprised they aren't on there. And our friend Emily's husband, tall guy,
Sam.
Sam was wearing a shirt down in Disney that says "The Killers are a good band," and I was like, "Yes, they are." Do you like the Killers, Chris? Let's
I
see.
enjoy the Killers.
Hey, all right, cool.
So you did mention Steel Panther, but you didn't say what one of your Christmas presents was.
Yes, well, I'm gonna go get a meet and greet with Steel Panther. So I'm gonna get a picture. Me and Sticks It In Ya are gonna have. I mean, I'm gonna bro up with
Yes.
this guy. I'm gonna go.
Up in Birmingham, it is gonna be on.
Is that gonna be our 5th or 6th Steel Panther show? I think.
I think 5th.
I hope they play at Gang Bang at the old folks' home. That's
Yes.
that's my hope.
Community Property's pretty good too.
That's a classy song.
What is the romantic song?
Well, Asian Hooker.
No, that's not romantic. The one where we have to put our phones up for. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway,
Community
Yes.
Property has a very loving tone too.
loving tone. Yeah, that's true.
And Poontang Boomerang is another one. So yeah, we're gonna do a meet and greet. Hopefully, I'll be able to hang out with Sticks It In Ya, the drummer who I
I
really
cannot wait to take y'all this picture because this picture is going on the twatter for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
This is a Flash IV. I have the purple one today, but I've been finding these to be just as good as the one that helped me with my flatulence.
Did you see it's in Spanish as well, Jay? I like that.
Rapida Rehydraciones.
Yes. Naranja.
T-Roy Tiger reminds us that if you're in Alabama, Saturday is monthly allocation day, FYI, if you're into that kind of thing, which is an opportunity to get some Buffalo Trace, some Eagle Rare, some Blands maybe. That's about it.
Weller Special Reserve.
There you go.
Green Weller also.
That's one that's available then, Jay.
I have used this Flash IV to try to overcome some hangover issues, and they worked. It worked. So if you're looking for something, they don't pay me or anything. I was just saying. Back during the Christmas holiday, we drank, this is the collector's edition Fireball.
This makes me laugh every time.
I know you loved it.
Like Fireball sucks. And then to have a collector's edition, which it just isn't, it's not in a plastic jug.
I know. That's. We usually do, well, I usually do shots of Fireball when we're at tipping point. Maddie likes them. Chalker likes them.
It usually ends up with you having a hangover, though.
Yeah, I think it's not good for hangovers. I think it leads to trouble. But I just thought it was an upgraded Fireball, and then it turns out to just be like an upgraded sticker. The idea of an upgraded Fireball is kind of an oxymoron, isn't it, too? This is me driving a Tesla Model S Plaid. I was able to do this because a bunker guy, AU Jake 81, I had mentioned it randomly in a thread, and he had contacted me maybe in August and said, "Hey man, I've got one of those cars. Next time I'm in Montgomery, it'd be my pleasure to have you drive it." And so we hooked up with him. We met him and Nikki. I should probably say her name. Her N, Ms. N.
Ms. N.
Her name's Nikki, and he let me drive the car. So we went out and drove it. There's the yoke. It doesn't have a steering wheel. There's a yoke, and it was incredibly fast. I couldn't go super fast in the downtown Montgomery area, but I was very, very fired up, and it just goes to show you what the bunker can do.
It was nice, and I enjoyed meeting them. They were a very nice couple.
Yeah, that
and
dude parties, man.
Yeah,
Actually,
they
I like
were-
her too. You know what I like about her? She's 0% bullshit with her. Like,
that is very true, and
that
you know
about
I'm down with that.
I had a chance. I don't think you were with me for this one. I think I was out with Cuz and Bex and their son Dantona. Had the cellar aged Maker's Mark.
Oh.
At,
No, I thought I had this. No?
I don't think you were with us.
I think it was with me. Sorry.
my bad, cuz. I was down there with y'all, though.
I think it was after you. Was this picture right after the Tesla picture in your phone?
Oh, that makes sense.
We went there after we had that, so we had that
Well,
there.
anyway, this is cellar aged Maker's Mark. It's hard to find. Not crazy hard to find, but kind of hard to find. And the reason I liked it is because we've been in that cellar where they age this
So
stuff.
why don't you explain what the cellar age means? Instead of being in a rick house, they're in the cellar. It's in the cellar the whole time,
it's
right?
essentially underground, yeah.
Yeah, the whole time,
And
right?
it's cool in there.
Yeah.
I don't know the whole story on that one, but
Looks like a cool bottle, though.
yeah, I mean, I had to take a picture of it. It's pretty badass.
Anyway.
Yeah, moving on. This is going to be something that's going to blow some minds. This is young JG right here.
Look at that
On a-
mullet growing in the back. I mean, you've got like,
I'm on a tractor.
you got some wings coming out from behind them ears.
I'm on a tractor, but my hair is colored. And I look like John Taylor, pretty much. Except
you
for,
do?
I'm like the ugly John Taylor, yeah.
No, you need to get that stuff clipped in the back.
And look at me
John
wearing
Taylor
a
didn't have
USC.
any of that shit in the
I'm
back.
wearing a USC shirt. I have not liked USC. I can't even remember liking USC.
You had to like USC because I guarantee when you went to Tulsa, you're like, I'm from Southern California.
No, but I like San Diego State. I wore SCSU shit.
Well, you obviously wore anything that had Southern
Well, if you
California.
notice, I got the yellow shorts on to match the USC. I was really,
Oh
I
my
was bombing
God,
back
what a
then.
nerd. What kind of shoes you got on?
Probably tree
Hey,
tops,
look, well,
but I
first
don't
of
know.
all, they're not tied. So you've knotted them at the end. Do you see that?
Fuck, Courtney, I don't know. This
Man,
is
what
like,
a nerd.
This is like 85 or something. I don't know.
You're the one that brought that up. Oh, look at the happy couple.
This is a special picture. This is the first picture of me and Courtney together.
1992,
This
baby.
is like April of '92, and this is. I set up this picture. You thought it was weird that I was doing this.
Okay, so this was like our first, like, it was my sorority's grab-a-date. So, of course, I'm like, well, shit, God, who the hell am I going to take? And I was like, oh, I'll just take that. What's that guy's name? I'll take that.
JG.
JG, you want to go with me? And he's like, yes. So we're here, and we're getting, back in the day, that's when you actually had the photographer who came around and did all the candid photos at the events. Party pics. And then Jay, when I'm sitting there, he's like, hey, we're going to do this, like, awesome pic. Hey, I'm going to act like I'm talking. You need to lean in and act like you really like what I'm saying. Swear to God, I remember this like it was yesterday.
That's exactly what my memory.
And I was like, what a weirdo. But I did it, obviously.
yeah, you did.
I did it, and I've got a hooch stain on my shorts.
I know, and this is early in the night. I guess you were
This
pre-partying.
is the same night that I sprained my ankle, though. Mm-hmm. Because I went to Jay knew I was too drunk to walk back to the college. And so he helped me with
college.
to our university. And so he said, hey, come get in this car. So I go to get in the car, and I got in the car and left my ankle on the curb.
Yeah, I remember. Anyway,
And my coach wasn't happy.
the whole point of this picture was that I was macking you. I said I want to make it look like I'm macking you and I'm pulling you in.
Well, it obviously worked.
So I'm sitting there going, let me see if you're up to standard. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
no, I mean,
Oh, but my favorite was you told me to lean in and act like I was. And then this is the most perfect 1992 outfit I'm wearing because those are like white Bugle Boy shorts. And then that is my dad's button-down Oxford that I'm wearing. Yeah, that is a girl outfit in 92. Probably went back home and put on an old pair of sweatpants after that.
T-Roy Tiger says no calves and pick. Not interested.
I love it.
Also, we have a new pussy in our house.
We do.
There he is.
Hey!
Yeah, since we were here with you last, our boy Sammy,
Sammy kicked the bucket.
that we had since 2007, he ran out of gas.
Sammy was an amazing kitty, but he had just lived his life. And
So we went to the pound and we got us a new pussy.
pound.
We got a new pussy.
We got new pussy. Now, our previous pussy was a very lean pussy at about 7 pounds. And this guy, when we first took him to the vet, they're like, hey, put this guy on a diet. He's about 16 pounds.
He's a big boy.
He is a very big boy.
His name is Herschel. We did not like that name.
We tried to rename him.
We tried to rename him and he just didn't really respond to it. So we're just calling him Hirsch or Hershey.
I call him Hershey Squirt.
Hershey Squirt.
So he's 6. He's 6 years old. So there weren't a lot of takers for him at the vet. Not the vet, the pound.
But
the humane
yeah,
society.
he's really chill though. Like
He's very chill.
he's very well behaved. So
He is well behaved, and he He and the dog are getting along well.
Stupub says that's a sweet pussy.
It is. Look, Jay's got his pussy in a box right there.
Yeah.
It's almost like a dick in a box.
Pussy in a box. Ooh. So, yeah, we're loving Hirsch. And
He's a
here we
good.
go.
Stop, Jay Tate.
It wouldn't be a bourbon blend.
This did not happen this year, by the way.
Wait, did it?
No, but we were really loud, and I was drunk at my staff party at our house.
Yeah, I remember. I stopped
And
by.
we were dancing.
Yes, there was.
There was dancing.
I can't say I drank like 10 straight days.
No, but that was your goal.
I know. I was like, I'm going to go from like the 23rd to the 1st, and I'm going to drink every single day.
Jay's like, I'm going to drink every day, and I'm probably going to get drunk every day. And I was like, ooh. But see, here's the thing. I think you did that because you knew I was off work the whole time.
Yeah, and you could take.
And
yeah.
so I could drink as well, and then, yeah, it was fun.
So
we've
been pretty dry lately.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm drinking tonight, but we haven't had as much alcohol here lately.
Yeah, we had to do a little drying out. A little drying out.
Hell, our bar closed for 2 weeks.
I know.
that
I haven't been back yet.
Heartbreaking.
I guess I'm still, because I told them all that was my New Year's resolution, that I wasn't going to go to our local bar. That's because it was closed the whole time. And we haven't been back yet.
Melee says broke ass breadstick.
Listen, leave my breadsticks alone. I did have breadsticks, though, at my event.
Of course you did.
I did. I had to have breadsticks.
War Eagle 0008 says, I just love how y'all have 2 studios for podcasting in the greater Montgomery area. Yeah, I do have the regular
right.
one, the Brain Drain studio, and then this
Yes.
is, I don't know, we're about maybe a mile and a half away from our house. A mile,
2 miles.
2 miles, something like that. But it's an easy 2 miles.
It is.
At least it is now.
Yeah.
In about 10 years,
There were 4 deer on the way, though, that were sitting on the side of the road.
Don't you call deers?
No, deer.
Stoop Up says his house pussy is about 15 years old in cat years. So that's what, 3?
I don't know what cat years are. Are they like dog years? Are they 7 as well? I don't
Possibly.
know. Indoor cats generally last a long time. Old Sam was a good boy. But he'd been around a bit.
Still can't believe that one.
Look how cute you are.
1992.
Look how cute you are. Oh, and see,
And my guy
this is
earlier was
also
saying-
no. You have on a baseball cap. Jay used to always wear a baseball cap,
All the time.
and when he came in, he also wasn't raised necessarily to walk into a house to take his baseball cap off.
Wait, why we got to go there?
I'm just saying that was a little bit of an issue when you came into our house with my family. But anyway, he used to always wear it. He never wore it backwards like this. I don't know why it's on there like that, but you always wore it
You
forward.
can tell my hair's wet. I've been partying. I've been throwing down. Like,
But you had it turned around, and he going to kiss me, and so I had this constant dent in my forehead
yeah.
from that.
I hardly ever wear hats now.
No, you don't ever wear hats because look at your luscious locks. You pay a lot for that to look
Hey,
that way.
I don't pay that much, really. It's just fun.
I guarantee you pay more than Cuz pays.
Oh. Why are you doing that to
okay,
Chris? That's
anyway.
not cool. What's Chris done here?
It's not Chris doing anything. Chris is a normal man.
Wardam Steve says, just tuning in. Glad to have you, brother.
Hey, buddy.
Dob the Palm says, every time I've come on, the pasta picture is up. I've got some weird timing, y'all. Hey, did you see the picture
That
of me?
means that it's late in the evening.
Hey, I didn't know if you saw this one, if you just tuned in, Dob. This one right here, me on a tractor. How do you like that, huh?
That's awesome.
I was
That
trying to
is-
look like John Taylor
What's
from
your
Duran
hat?
Duran.
What does your hat say?
It says Reebok.
No, it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah, it does.
But I also noticed it's not really sitting on your head. It's kind of up on your fluffy curls there.
I got so much hair, it doesn't really fit.
Where do you think this was?
I know exactly where this is. It's in Lebanon, Kentucky, about a mile from where the Limestone Branch Distillery is now, where they make Yellowstone. And this is summer of '85.
Whose
So
tractor is that?
that's my great-granddad Lee's,
Oh.
Mr. Lee's tractor.
See, I only know the family I knew was you had to have a John Deere.
So I'm 13 there. I just turned 13.
Look at that. You have the nice calves even at 13 there,
T-Roy
Jay.
Tiger says, I'm contemplating the lyrics of Easy-E, babe. Give me a second. Dude, Easy-E didn't even hit for another 4 years. This is '85, bro. So anyway,
Look at
I
Jay.
thought you would enjoy that Dob the Bomb. It's pretty embarrassing, honestly. But and Dob the Bomb, who knows way more about bourbon than we do. That was cellar age. I actually took a picture of this Dob, and for Dob, this is like Tuesday bourbon. But he's got Dob's got
it's
the best
delicious.
collection of bourbon we've ever seen. Would you agree?
It was very impressive.
It was
Very impressive.
very large.
So,
Let me go back to our main scene here. Sorry about that, guys. Runner 24 says, need to get some bend on that brim.
True. That was pretty flat across, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't the great. I don't know why I'm wearing that hat. I don't think I wore that Reebok hat a lot. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
I love it.
That was a new thing in the United States in '85, though. Reebok was like a new brand. It's like, it's a British brand, guys. Because prior to that,
brand
you were
new.
wearing like Ruse or whatever. You put the little zipper, you put like a couple quarters in there. Did you have one of those? Did you ever have Ruse where you could unzip those motherfuckers and
I
put a
need
few,
some other
few
bourbon.
quarters in
I
there?
don't want to drink the fancy stuff.
Okay.
No, I don't think I had those.
Hey, you want some redemption, Courtney?
Perfect.
Nah, fuck that. Why don't you
Wardem
have some?
Steve is drinking one
Oh.
of Courtney's favorites.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said Wardem Steve is drinking one of Courtney's favorites.
What's that?
He's drinking some of this nasty pinhook.
Oh, don't tell me. Isn't it the orange one? I was like, God, this
he
tastes
said
like
he's-
butthole.
He said he's trying to finish it off. I respect
I'm
the
so
hustle.
sorry. Mix it with something. Just make a cocktail. Just add lots of bitters and make it drinkable.
So T-Roy was actually, I thought he was making fun of me for the tractor picture, but he was actually making fun of me for the 92 picture.
Oh, why are you making fun of 92?
Well, hold on, I got to go back.
That is the most amazing young gentleman there.
We got to go back and...
How old are you there?
We're doing like the Zap
Wait,
Ruder film here.
92. You're 19 years old there.
Am I?
You're 19 and I'm 18.
April?
God, fetuses.
Yes, I'm 19. You're correct.
We are babies.
All right, T-Roy says now, and I get it now, T-Roy. I'm contemplating the lyrics of Easy E, Babe, Give Me a Second. Now that makes sense, brother.
Yes.
Now I got you, brother. I'm sorry about that. That's on me. That's on me. Dow DeBomb says, what's the purple top? That is a 10-year.
Oh, it's delicious too, and I'm sure you probably have like 4 of
Dom's
these
got a
or
case
whatever.
of those.
But yes, I really enjoyed it. And I will say, he let me taste a lot of delicious stuff at his house. He
Hell
said,
yeah, he
whatever you
did.
want to taste, just let me know. And
I
it
know.
was amazing. It
I
was
figure
really
a lot
good.
of people that have a big collection
really
are
good.
dicks about it and say, you can only have this or that. Dob said you can have anything you want.
We actually had a friend of ours say that he went to a relative's house, a close relative of his, and he told him, you cannot have this bourbon, you can have this bourbon. Mm-hmm. Can you...
The only thing you can have is Elijah Craig.
I was like gobsmacked. Like, what? What is the point?
I buy bourbon to drink it and to share it.
I mean, if you're not going to share what you've got, that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I was like, that's embarrassing, and that would really piss me off, and it may make me never want to go back.
Dob, this is bottle 35 of 176 out of barrel 2035. 127 proof.
It is delicious. Like, it is so tasty.
It's really good.
I have to keep it over
maple
here.
on it.
Like, I have to keep it out of, like, easy grasp because I would drink that way too much.
It's got a very heavy maple nose, but it's good. War Eagle 0008 asks, for real, Jay, do you think we get a transfer
I
quarterback?
hope so. God, I hope so.
I suspect they will, but it's going to be, the next window. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I think it'll be the next window, and I don't think it's going to be the JMU quarterback. There was a Twitter handle that was like, this kid's committing to Auburn today, and he might be a PWO, walk-on, come on, Jay, what's the word? Preferred walk-on, but that's
Preferred walk-on.
That's it.
I don't know the difference. in
PWO.
Preferred walk-on.
PWO. Also, our Raiders finished the season.
Oh.
I found out today that Kirk Sampson is a Raiders fan. Yes, he said he's jumped on the bandwagon, so we're
Okay,
glad to
well,
have
Kirk
him.
can come over and watch a game with us.
Kirk is the chief, I guess,
Yes.
football publicist at Auburn. He has been for a long time.
Yes.
And
He needs to come over and watch a game with us.
he
like
wants-
true Raiders fans. I mean,
He
know,
sound
since
like
he's
a-
new to the party.
he said, when are we going to hire AP officially? I said,
Exactly.
AP stands on fucking business. AP
Yes.
stands on business.
He does stand on business. And I will say, we do have a mighty sexy
Backup.
backup.
Our backup quarterback's pretty sexy.
Oh, our backup quarterback is really fucking sexy. I mean,
He is.
they should just make him do like a halftime show or something. Like, can make him do something to earn that money.
Magic Jimmy.
Magic Jimmy, I'd pay for that. Like, I'll go to that show.
His paycheck,
I mean, yes, he needs
Do
to earn his
something.
paycheck. He can just sit on the bench and then everybody can come and visit.
Knuman says Kirk is good people. Knuman knows the people that
Yes.
work at Auburn. He is
good
also
people.
very tight with Ryan Powell, who's a stud
Well,
too.
you've known Kirk for literally eons.
Well, Kirk and I started the same week at Auburn in 1998.
That is a long ass time
And he was a
ago.
flunky just like me.
Like, people on here were born in 98. Like, ugh.
Yeah, Kirk's good people. I was very stoked to learn that he's a Raiders fan. I don't know why I didn't know that already. Guess we don't talk about it on Sundays, you know?
Yes. Yes, so we need a couple things for the Raiders. We need AP to be hired. I need him to be hired. I think that he has the morale that will help bring this team up next season, and we will end up being in the playoffs.
Hey, so I got this idea that me and Cuz would do this show, kind of like the Brain Drain, but it'd be after Raiders games. We'd call it Cuzzo and the Douche. And I could be the douche and he could be Cuzzo.
Yeah, we knew who was the douche. Don't worry. Don't worry. We already had that clear.
Hey, Cuz, does your wife call you a douche regularly? You know what his
Don't
answer
seem
should
to
be?
have that problem.
I'm not one. What he should say. Hey, we got Maddie T in the chat. Says,
that?
yo, family.
Oh, she's still awake. Yay, good job.
Madison, hey.
I figured she'd be in the bed by now.
Maddie, I had a picture of you up here earlier. Hold on, where is it at? Oh, there's me and your
Oh,
mom.
I need a mom. That's before you. Long before you.
Yeah, that was a few years before you came along, Maddie. There's Madison.
Look at her.
Look at her. Look how happy she is.
Look how fancy she is. Did you wear your white coat today?
I hope so.
No.
Wait, she's got to wear something, right? She can't just wear like jeans and a t-shirt.
She wears scrubs.
Oh, yeah.
Or did you have to wear your coat? I don't know. I don't know these things.
I'm not a nurse.
I'm not.
What do I know about it? Anyway, Kanuman says, congrats, Miss White Coat at
That's
Maddie
right.
T. Oh, boy. She says, haha, thanks, guys. I had my first day of clinicals today. Look at everybody's so encouraging.
Look at
I
you.
love that.
That's so exciting.
Stu Pup says, Alabama fans and Cowboys fans are both unhappy with their coaching situations today. I don't necessarily think Alabama fans, by and large, are unhappy. That coach, they're pretty good at Washington this year now. And that dude's won a bunch of games everywhere he's been. So a lot of people on the bunker trying to say he's Harsin 2.0. But Maddie says, yes, I wore scrubs and a white coat.
Oh, you wore a white coat.
White coat.
I didn't know that.
Makes you look official, Maddie.
Can your mommy get it like monogrammed for you? It says like Maddie
MCT,
Tate,
or how about
nursing student.
Mad Dog.
Mad dog nurse.
Mad Dog. Yes.
All right.
What else? Do we have any other business?
What other business do we have?
No? Just AP standing on business?
AP is standing on business. We do need the Raiders to get to the playoffs next year. So.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Why are you looking at
Are
me?
there any more
Don't look
notes
at
on
my
here?
notes because you're gonna make fun of me.
No, you went through all this.
That's why we're not talking about it anymore. Jay just wants to look at my notes. It's kind of like in college when he wanted to look at my notes. So here's the thing, in college, we took the same courses because we were both psychology majors, and
Yeah.
it was awful. Oh my gosh, it was so terrible
Why
because
was it terrible? I love being in class with
I
you.
love being in class with you, but it really pissed me off because he's the one that can, all he has to do, and Maddie has the same kind of brain, they can read it once and like remember it and then go out and party. And then this bitch would be stuck in there reading it. Then I'd have to write it. And then I'd have to talk it. And then I'd have to write it again. And then that's how I'd remember it. And I'd still get a B and he'd get an A. And it really fucking pissed me off.
That's a tough story there, Courtney. I'm sorry to hear that.
It doesn't end up mattering.
Hey.
It's true. It does not matter as you're older.
When we were in class together, that one time Gene Seiler was talking about that. What was the topic? Like, what did he ask about?
Secondary erectile dysfunction.
No, it wasn't that, was it?
It was secondary erectile dysfunction. Yes.
Yeah, our professor goes, has anybody experienced that? And I'm just like, no one's going to fucking say that.
Oh, and then of course we had somebody in class like, well, yeah.
He said,
oh
he
my
literally
God.
goes, there was this girl and she was putting her hand up my leg and I just didn't get hard. And I was like, I cannot believe this is actually
I can't
happening.
believe somebody's actually saying this in class.
Don't tell anybody that. All right, Cassidy P says he's out.
After that
No, it was
conversation.
before that conversation. Thanks for the blend. Congrats, Maddie, on the white coat. Y'all be where your feet are. Great
That's right.
advice. Thank you, Cassidy
Love
P.
that.
And also, my seat don't dictate my service. That is what I say, too.
What?
That's what Coach Carnell used to say. He's
don't
like
know what
saying
that
that I'm
means.
not too big for you. I always help you out. My seat don't dictate my service.
We're not going to talk about his service.
All right.
I appreciate where your feet are, though.
Be
I do have to think about that. You do have to think about it. Like, you have to make a conscious decision to not be, like, on your phone scrolling or, like, just totally disengaged and staring at a wall when people are trying to talk to you. Like, it's hard these days because we're so into our phones and so into social media and all that we get sidetracked. So I do appreciate that. And I appreciate eye contact and when somebody does that. It's very important. Quit making fun of me.
I was just saying you stepped off your soapbox. That's great.
Listen,
What are you gonna
you
do
don't
about
want me to get on a soapbox.
What are you going to do about it?
You only wish.
Wow. Melee said, flaccid DP. Wow. That is tough.
So we had discussed earlier, I don't know if y'all know this, but anybody in the Montgomery area, we have some very...
Sorry, go ahead. I thought
Jay? Go ahead, Jay.
we were about to wrap the show up, but I didn't know.
Wait a minute, are you telling me to wrap up a show?
I just thought maybe it was about time.
You are telling me to wrap up a show.
I thought it was about time.
Are you going to start turning out lights?
Oh, he see that? Oh, yeah, right here. That's the one he was talking about, Dobb was talking about. The Foursquare Bardstown after the erectile bourbon blend chat. That wasn't me that said that. That was a guy named Gene. And she was there, so she knows.
That is true.
I
I guess Jay says we're wrapping it up.
Oh, you still have bourbon in your glass. Hey, we'll keep going. Are you talking about the new Chick-fil-A? Is that what you're going to be talking about?
Problem solved.
Well, we really have gone back to 1992, haven't we? Just where you fall off the curb and break your ankle.
Somebody said this would be a great idea to reprise this.
Things are going great. Don Properdickin, he's from Maastricht, where you spent that summer in 88, maybe?
I did. 86.
86. Don Properdickin, and the whole Properdickin family down there in Maastricht and Southern
You know, I
Holland.
met them. I wore my wooden shoes and I went over and knocked on their little door.
You talking about the Properdickens?
Yes, I did. They lived down the...
Great people.
Right down the block.
Their pizza is best on the block.
No. I put on my wooden shoes and I rode my bicycle down and I
Get the fuck out of
said
here.
hello
You
to the
not.
Propperdickens.
Shut up.
I had wooden shoes.
Fuck
I was
outta
in
here.
Maastricht. Everybody wears wooden shoes.
Well, Don's a legend. The whole Properdickin family runs that whole area. So
Can you name other Propperdickens?
yeah, Fred, Stevie, Johnny. He had a
Leroy.
He had a sister named
Don't forget Leroy.
Celeste. Angela Properdickin about 30 years ago was the hottest girl in all of Maastricht.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh, here we go. He's going to fart again.
I just
Y'all, whenever he leans left or right, it's coming. I'm just telling you. What'd you work out there?
Colleen said, hell yeah, Courtney. She saw you just down that bad boy and go, boom!
I mean, you're sitting here saying that the show is over, and that's fine. I get that, but I can still drink.
Well, I mean, I felt like we left Cuz here, you know. I mean, Cuz has done a hell of a job, and I didn't want him to be here.
Listen, it's only 9:20.
Why are you pouring?
I poured some more because it's
I would
delicious.
feel particularly bad if Becky was at home, but she's not, so then maybe, I don't know, maybe don't feel quite as bad. Because if you want some Foursquare, I know you've had it, you may like it.
I
got four
really
squares on the
enjoyed
back,
the visit
too.
there.
At Bardstown Bourbon Company?
We did talk about doing a Kentucky visit amongst folks. We need to do that.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about doing that. War Eagle 0008 says, Night Team Tate, thanks for the show. Thanks for being here, brother. It's part of our
Thanks for
3 dozen.
tuning in.
3 dozen.
That's right.
Yeah. 35,000, I believe. Are you coming over, Cuz?
Come
Oh,
over,
yeah, you
cuz.
are.
Come get you some delicious beverage.
Oh, I'll just pour that. I don't care.
Yes.
Get you some, cousin. Oh.
Yes.
He loves it. Drinking it in his Yankees cup there. Yankees going to be a little better next year, I think.
Could be worse.
Oh, they could be worse. But for them, they can't be worse, I don't think. Were you going to talk about the Chick-fil-A? Is that what you said? People in
No,
Montgomery?
I'm not talking anything about that. So
What you said? If you're living in Montgomery, blah, 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 like what was it
I
gonna
know
be?
I'm not going to talk about it anymore because you told me it was game over.
I didn't tell you.
Anyway, we're getting a new Chick-fil-A. That's the
I
big
knew
news.
it. I knew that's what you were going to say.
The perfect part of it is, though, I don't care what their traffic flow is. On my way to work, I can make a right turn into Chick-fil-A, and when I come out, I can make another right turn to get to work. Yes, it is going to be wonderful. I'm going to get a whole lot of Chick-fil-A points coming up, y'all.
All of the East Chase people stay away from our Chick-fil-A.
Yes,
Our Chick-fil-A.
exactly.
He's already getting provincial.
That's
Look
right.
at him.
Exactly. Don't fuck with my Chick-fil-A.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
I'm so
I don't-
excited about it.
We're going to draw the line down on Road.
I know, right?
Stay on your side of Vaughn Road.
That's right. You
on
stay
ours.
over there. Don't come over my side.
T-Roy Tigers to Sturbridge. Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
a new, I don't know if you've been over there lately, T-Roy, but there's like a new car wash called Tidal Wave.
Of course, there's a new car wash.
Always a new car wash in Montgomery. But they're going to put it behind that. So right next to Nancy's, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Summer's Place. Yeah.
Pocket Watch says, are we ending again before my current events and ideas conversation club is over? I didn't know if that was I didn't know if that was like a punchline to a joke. I don't know what that is, Pocket.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I don't know. That
Hey,
sounds...
Pocket Watch, we need you to come to one of the events, either Orange Beach, but we're going to plan something in Atlanta. Yes.
Okay. I'm sure.
So we need to see you soon. It's been too long.
It has been a minute, and it's also been a minute since we've seen Canoeman.
True.
It has not been a minute since we've seen T-Roy because we saw him in August.
Yes.
Wow. What a stud. And it's been too long since we've seen Colleen and Joshua, too, which was June.
Colleen, you need to come to Jamaica this year.
Yeah, I think you ought to go to Jamaica with us, Colleen. I think you and Joshua would be right at home. Plenty of places to play Uno and just generally hang out and drink and tear shit up with
It
people
is.
like
It's
the
a whole
Pigs.
peninsula.
Peninsula. I did
It is a whole
not have that on the
peninsula.
bingo card tonight.
It is a whole peninsula that is just an excellence resort. I'm excited to try it.
Could you call it a peninsula? Like a, it's kind of
You could.
it's got that curvature on it.
Jay.
Chris, that one took Chris by surprise there. I don't think.
What makes you assume that it has a curvature?
I've seen it. I've seen the map of it
Oh.
from the sky, from the Google Maps,
Oh, okay.
and it goes like this.
Oh.
Got a little bend on it.
Does it have a little ED?
No, it looks pretty stout.
Stout?
Yeah.
Okay.
Colleen says, "Send me the details." We
Okay.
can definitely do
Look
that,
at
Colleen.
you, yeah.
Man, if we got Joshua and Colleen out again,
I mean, that would be party time for
because
sure.
I don't think Neil and Amanda are going to make it this year. Our friends from Scotland, I don't think they're going to make it this year. I think they go.
Well, I mean, it's a little longer travel and a little more expense for them than it is for us in the United States of America.
Now, Stu Pup, who's a stud, he thinks he's doing a good thing here. He says, "Have y'all played Uno Show 'em No Mercy game?"
You'd have to ask Colleen that. I am not up on my Uno.
I think he was asking her that, and that's like asking Aaron Judge if he's ever hit a fastball that was over 95 miles an hour. Like, Colleen and Joshua know more about Uno than probably anyone alive.
That's impressive. I do like the waterproof cards. That's a game changer.
That was a
That
game
was
changer.
baller.
That is baller for
That was
sure.
very baller.
That's when you know you're dealing with some pros.
Well, her and Joshua had the look of pros just by those cards, and then when I went over and talked to them, I affirmed
That was
the fact that I was dealing with the Ruth Bader Ginsburg of Uno, for sure. Mobile Love in the house.
Hey,
What's
how
up,
are
young lady?
you?
Ward AM Steve, we're going to be going to Jamaica Oyster Bay.
Excellence Oyster Bay.
Yeah, that place.
Yes.
We're
Jay
gonna go
doesn't make arrangements. He just shows up. So
I have my role.
your role is, I want to see pictures. And
I mean, at the resort. I'm the dipshit.
oh, of course he's a dipshit. And I
dipshit.
think we've shared this before, but of course he wears a captain's hat. Everybody knows him as El Capitan. And guess what, guys? He's pretty popular. And lucky me, I'm married to the captain, right?
Oh my God.
Courtney, you eat it up. You love it.
Oh,
thank you, cousin.
I love it. It's so much fun. All
Cousin
the
is
time.
Cousin's our safety coordinator.
He is our
and
safety. He is
comes
our
in-
sunscreen safety coordinator.
Well, he's that too, but he also just keeps an eye on people who are about to make bad decisions, and he pulls them back, which
Hey,
is great.
I've known Cuz to make maybe not some of the best decisions of his life too.
Whoa. Well, I've not seen that.
I have. I've witnessed it.
This past year, I will admit to making some not so smart decisions. So.
And that would happen to be because we went to the duty-free store on our way into the country.
7 bottles in 7 days.
I know. And he was very convinced we needed to finish those.
Yeah, I like that about you, Chris.
I do believe if we had stuck to 7/5 of bourbon would have been fine, but 7 liters of bourbon may have been a little
May
bit
have
too
been,
much.
I mean,
Yeah.
just a little bit too much.
Like you look at
Just
a
by
fifth,
1 or 2 shots.
you look at a fifth and you look at a liter. It doesn't look that different when you're in booty free, but man, it,
No, because when you're in booty free, all you can think about is, woo, we're here 7 days.
T-Roy
we can
Tigers,
do it.
T-Roy Tigers gonna bounce.
All right.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank
Thanks
you for
coming
being
on.
here.
Colleen says we called him Sailor Jerry before we met y'all. Loved his poolside dance moves.
Oh my God, no, not poolside dance moves. I guarantee that there are people that have you on their phones. Oh my God. Now, we do know that you were a phenomenon, gosh, it's probably been 5 years when you made a complete ass out of yourself at Playa Harris in the hammocks.
Oh, I was doing
And
that
the
on
old-
purpose.
I know you were. He was doing it because
There was a girl.
there was a girl actively filming
She was
him.
live on Instagram. She's like, look at this dipshit.
That was so funny. She was like, "Look at this guy trying to get into the."
And so I
hammock."
was
And
intentional.
Jay was sober as he could be at that point. And I was like, "You just don't know."
This is just Jay.
just
Like,
Jay.
this is just him.
I was just playing for the camera, and I
You
was like
were.
doing the whole like, blah, blah, like it was so dumb.
No, that's kind of like when we were at Secrets Cap Cana, and you were the beached whale or the beached dolphin. You go, and you'd hop up between the pools.
Yes. I'd roll over with my belly
You roll-
rolling out. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. That's when the chick goes, "You're just nothing but a drunk fat Yankee." Oh, bitch.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Not a Yankee.
Fuck you.
I am drunk and fat, but I'm not a Yankee.
I ain't from the damn north.
I'm from fucking Alabama.
I'm a fucking southerner.
She goes, "You don't know where I'm from." I go, "Where are you from?" She goes, "Plymouth." I go, "I know exactly where it is. Where do you think it is?" I said, "It's in the south part of England, right on the water, and you're a long way south of London." And she's like, "Yeah, he's right." Like, I know.
Yeah,
and your
no,
team
he's
is
like-
called Plymouth Argyle. And she goes, "Oh, you do know." I go, "Bitch." No, I'm a stupid Yankee, remember?
No, we were stupid Yankees when we were drinking shots at 9 a.m. at the bar. And she's like, look at these Yankees.
To be fair, that it could be a little off-putting, right?
I mean, I don't know why.
She didn't know that she was playing with
They're
pros
asking
like
for
us.
mimosas, and I'm like, can I have some bourbon, please? Like, neat?
Remember those chicks we saw in El Carmen that were from the Bronx or whatever, and they were drinking at 9 a.m.? And you said, "Ladies, you got to slow down."
I said, oh.
And they like took it as an affront, like,
No, they were taking tequila shots at
At
9
like
a.m.
9
in the
a.m..
pool, and I'm like, this is not going to end well. Like, girls,
and by the
slow
time we
your
got
roll.
to 11, it was, Cordy goes,
That was when-
"Everybody move, she's about to blow!" And that girl was like, like all in the pool.
Like, oh my God, you just ruined everybody's time. Like,
Oh.
it's okay if you ruin your own time, but don't ruin everybody else's time. That's not cool. That
Sounds
is
like
so not cool.
That sounds like Spicoli when he says, "My time and your time." It sounds like our time. Ruining our time. You know what, Mr. Spicoli? You're right. This is our time.
That's right.
Sorry. All right, I think we'll wrap it up there, guys. It's been great having you guys here. Colleen, Dob the Bomb's been here late.
I'm so excited.
Tiger,
We've had dozens.
Cassidy we had three.
Dozens.
We had more than 3 dozen. at
We
one
had
time,
more than 3 dozen. We did.
which is great. We appreciate the support on the show, no doubt.
It's been fun.
We talked about some Auburn stuff. We talked about bourbon. We talked about me macking you in 1992.
Yeah. And
Solid time.
just Jay in general.
And the Transy women's basketball team has now won 49 in a row.
49.
Shooting for a national title.
Yes.
Still ranked number 2
They have a game
somehow.
on Saturday. It could be Big 5-0. Could be Big 5-0, Jay. Could be. I'm not saying it's going to be. Could be.
Runner 24 heard that. Spicoli. There was a thread today where Huff has said there was half the bunker has not seen Fast Times. Maybe they get.
That's because they are too young.
Yeah, they're just too young. They're too young. But that is a classic. My dad's an TV repairman. I can fix
Maybe
it.
we need to have maybe we need to rent out a movie theater, invite all the young obs to come and view it.
They ought to see Weird Science to kind of check out Kelly LeBrock because that's the kind that sticks with you for a while. You know what I mean?
That or
Emphasis on sticky.
that would be so much fun.
Oh, look at that. Colleen says, "Go Packers." I was pretty stoked to see the Packers whip that Cowboys ass the other day.
Anybody that whips the Cowboys ass.
Our intern's a big Dallas fan from Dallas, and we were sending him pictures of the Packers scoring touchdowns one after the other. It was awesome. Anyway, guys, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for checking out the Bourbon Blend. We'll be back hopefully next Thursday.
Next Thursday we will be here.
Courtney says we'll be here, then we will be here. Doing the same thing. Again, till then, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars, make great decisions, and
Cheers.
cheers. Bye.